So I was playing around with the new Volumetric Lattice tools that are part of a plugin, or an extension I should say. And you can see on this one here, I put the gyroid lattice on there. So it's from Modify and Volumetric Lattice, and then I chose the gyroid for this. I think I just kept everything stock here at 50 and no offsets. But what I noticed after I printed it was that there's a very cool geometry that creates a hole that goes all the way through, both in this direction and perpendicular in the other direction. So that gave me an idea of putting some 3mm rods through these holes to create different types of footwear as a kind of an exploration, not intended to make actual footwear. Here you can see some of the other patterns. This is the Voronoi pattern. This comes from an extension, which I don't have on this computer at the moment, but I had it on a different computer. Another geometric pattern, and then the lattice over here. And I also put those lattices, the gyroid lattices, on a couple forms that I put on some other felt slippers, which I'll show you a little bit later. Here you can see some of the different variations that I was exploring and playing with. I ultimately settled on this one here that has a bigger kind of upper rim. I'm not sure what you call that part, but let me walk you through that process in Fusion just to kind of show you how I modeled it. So here we are at the end of the model with everything turned on, so it's a little bit messy right now, but let me go back to the beginning and I'll just kind of walk you through these steps quickly. So I started with this sketch, which was done with a canvas. You can see that there. And then I extruded those to create the soles. And you can see the gyroid pattern is already applied to these. And again, if we look through the side, we can see we get a perfect passage there, perfect hole. So after that, I did some sketching back here to create some circles. These lined up exactly with the holes on the bottom row here. And that's going to be where I start to sketch a bunch of pipe shapes. So first I had to make a bunch of planes to sketch on. Then I brought in a foot that I got on Turbo Squid just to have something to work around. Resized it, moved it. Once I got it in place, then I started drawing my sketches. You can see the first wire right there, more sketch that became a wire later. So now I've turned it into a pipe in Fusion and just repeated that process over and over to create all the pipes. Each one of those is on one of these planes over here. Continuing with that process. And you can see what it looks like on that side. More pipes on this side. And I've kind of lost track where I am here in terms of the timeline. I'll just keep going forward. So let's turn off the main foot body just to make it easier to see. And I think I'll just keep going. So now we have the last pipe here on the left side. You can see it better right there, this one here. And then I created a form. This took a while to get that in the right place. And then it was thickened. And I played with a couple other ideas here. So let me find that one. Find in browser. Let me hide that for a second. Let me hide this surface body. So this was one of the iterations I played with. I ended up not liking that one too much. And then I ended up actually not liking the gyroid pattern in this model. So let me just keep forwarding through here. playing with different variations here, putting some fillets on things. I had this this variation here, which used the different, basically was just using a pipe. Let me turn these off here. And it looks kind of cool, but I didn't like it as much as the one I ended up using. And then I made the bottom soles and put some fillets on those. Created a sweep here. Let me show you that sweep a little bit better. It's hard to see. Created a sweep. I haven't created it yet. That comes next, I think. There it is. So created a sweep on both the front and back just to give it a little bit more interesting looks. And finally, I turned off the lattice pattern. I ended up really not liking it in this case. I just want to go with something simple and plain. Forwarding through here. I'm not sure what's my last move. Pinwheel of death. Okay, looks like we are at the end. So this is the sole with the gyroid. Let me go ahead and go to the mesh. Actually, the volumetric lattice actions, and hide that. So this is a close approximation to what it looked like in the final stage, except this was a different body. I think it was that one there, the ribbon one. So let me hide that one. And then I used the 3D printer, obviously, for the printed parts, and the wire bender for this 3mm wire. And I'll show you that real soon.